Fiska ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೇವೆ Hello. Hello, everyone. Am I audible? Can anyone please unmute and answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Hello.
Yes.
A very good evening. Let's wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll start. Please wait for 2 more minutes and we'll begin our session. So let's begin. Uh, can anyone please tell me, is my screen visible? The
Yes.
one which I'm sharing? Okay.
It is.
Let's have an interactive session. All right. And because no one is answering, I'll not understand whether am I audible or my voice is breaking or you have anything. And for the question and answers, we'll take out some time at the end and continue with the questions with what all you have. I hope it's clear. So let's begin. So all right. Yeah. Let me reshare. So welcome everyone. I'm Alvina and I am a senior QA engineer. I have like around 10 years of experience as a QA and I have worked on multiple projects related to multiple domains. And currently I am working as a senior QA engineer, along with that, an AI engineer also, and I am training few of my fellow colleagues in day-to-day sessions where I'm using AI. How are they useful in my current work in the current project? So now, welcome to the session, which is Claude AI for QA professionals. Not in particular to QA, but it is useful for everyone that we will see further. Now, in the next 45 to 50 minutes, I'm going to show you something that is genuinely changing the way engineers work, and more importantly, how you can use it starting today. So this is a demo session for our course, Claude AI for QA professionals. You do not need any prior AI knowledge for that. You do not need any prior coding knowledge also for that. I'll make it easier and simplify for you all to use it in the day-to-day use. So now we have the next thing. What do we cover today? What are we going to cover in today's demo session? The AI revolution in testing. What is Claude AI and real QA use cases, prompt engineering basics, and the course roadmap to the roadmap or the modules what we are covering in our course, as well as the question and answers. But before that, we'll see what the AI revolution in testing in today's market or in today's thing, what we are seeing. I
Is
think
it recorded,
few,
na? Is it recorded session already?
yes, it is being recorded. Okay, so let me ask you something. How many of you have sat in front of your blank Excel sheet trying to write test cases and think, where do I even start? Or spend 2 hours writing a bug report, and the developer or your team lead still come back saying, this is not the enough information. You're taking so much time to write the test cases and all. Can we make this classes interactive? Can anyone tell how are you been using AI in your current projects? Have you been using it or willing to use it?
Yeah, we have been using write
Hello.
the test cases and
Okay.
cover all the test scenarios as per the PRD. And for if we identify any bugs, we can ask AI to generate the bug summary and bug report. So it will give all
Mm-hmm.
the data. So that's how we are using currently.
Great. But then, what all uh, what all the things that we can use in current AI? Like there are multiple things that we are going to cover in this session, along with the bug reporting, along with the coding, along with the analysis and all. I have what? How do I use it in currently using Claude? I have a cowork. I will ask my Claude to set up my or organize my downloads folder. It will do it for me. I have created my own AI agent test case generator. I need not go and ask it every time, generate a test case related to this. I will save my module information in that, and it is going to generate a test case for me. That is what multiple things we are going to learn. Further, we'll be seeing what all we are going to cover. So let's go back. Thank you, Chaitanya. Thanks for being interactive. Now, we all know the AI, because of this AI revolution, something changed in the last 2 years. AI is not like it's not AI is not coming. Yes, please. Do you have any question?
Yes, actually, how can we use this Claude AI in performance testing?
All right. In performance testing, it's a wonderful question. In performance testing, how can you use? You can use performance testing. You can completely automate it using JMeter script, and you can even use Claude to integrate with GitHub. There are multiple things. Like for example, in performance testing, first we need JMeter scripting, and then we need like execution from GitHub, which we can, or from Jenkins, but the Jenkins is the older one. Now we are using the GitHub thing. And then next comes the observability. I think you know about performance engineering as well. So the very
Yes.
first So the main important thing where Claude AI can help us is performance engineering. If we are going to give it some task, it has to go in deep and find out what is the reason of the root cause. And I will cover this at the end when the question and answer session comes. Let us continue with the demo now. Fine. So now when people hear, okay. Thank you. Now, when people hear AI, they think robots, automation. But for us in software testing, AI is like a very smart assistant who never gets tired, who knows everything about software testing, developing, designing, and response in plain English. Now, for example, if you're going to give a story, it gives you 20 test cases in 30 seconds. You describe a bug, it writes a professional bug report. You paste a required document, it finds the gaps, the missing acceptance criteria, the ambiguous lines. You say, I need test data or and a date of birth field, something. It gives you, if it validates data, it adds boundary dates, it adds future dates. You may also say, write a SQL query for me. I'm stuck. Even if you don't know SQL well, it writes it for you. So let's make it personal for each role. For example, if you're a developer, then Claude helps you understand what to build from a user story. It catches edge cases. If you're a business analyst, Claude reviews your requirements, finds the gaps, even helps you write better acceptance criteria. If you're a fresher, Claude is like having a senior mentor available 24 hours a day. You can ask it anything. If you're a manual tester or an automation tester who's worried about automation, then Claude is your way in. And also, we are at now a turning point at this industry. 5 years ago, the question was like, should I learn automation or not? But now it is much easier with AI. So now let's continue. This is about the AI revolution. But now the testing world is changing. We see 70% of the repetitive QA tasks can be AI assisted. Three times faster test case generation with AI prompting, and AI is the number one skill demanded in QA jobs posting. And like I have seen multiple job descriptions in Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai saying AI tools knowledge preferred or even required. Yes, someone raised their hands. We'll see. Hello.
Hey, hi. I
Yeah.
just have a question. The CLAD AI we are using, right? Is it an open source or that it's a paid tool?
Yeah. All right. So Claude AI is open source only for few tasks. Like we have pro version. For example, if you want to use Claude Cowork, then you need a pro plan. If you want to use Claude Code, you need a pro plan. We have multiple open things also, like open sources also, like ChatGPT, OpenAI. But Claude, we have for a cowork, we need Pro. Rest all, we can continue. That how does it works? It works on the basis of tokens that I'll be explaining you in the upcoming sessions. Yes, Amit,
So
you
for
can
our
have your
course, it's
question.
a paid version or it's a open source we are using.
No. For our course, it's a open source only. But
Okay.
I have a pro plan in which I can show you how do I organize everything, how to use connectors, how to use Cowork, how to use Claude Code, how to create a test case generator, how to create an AI agent, and everything.
And
If you
are
want
we
hands,
going
yes.
to
Hmm.
integrate the test management tools as well
No, I'm
with
not going
Cloud?
to integrate any such test management tool, but I'm going to create an AI agent as such, which will help. And I am going to we can discuss that when we get into the topic of connectors. Like for example,
Yeah.
when I have what are the connectors we'll have in Claude? Like what I'll do, I'll just connect Claude to my Gmail and ask it to read an email and draft a mail for me so that I can sit and do other I can meanwhile I can work on my tasks. Then I can open Gmail and review it and ask it to send. So certain things what we'll cover. Any other
Okay.
questions, Amit?
Yeah, I mean that's the generic purpose. From testing perspective, so we need
Okay.
integration, right? I
Hmm.
mean
No. For testing
regarding
purpose, For testing purpose, we'll use only Claude free version as of now, as per our modules, whatever we are using or covering in this course.
So that will suffice the way which we can connect it with like a Jira or a Confluence.
Yes, no, like I mean for Jira and all, it might not suffice, but whatever we are covering for test case designing, it can help us for bug reporting, for test data management and analyzing everything, it would be enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Question from you, Chaitanya? Fine. Okay.
Just one more question. Will this cover for that once that FST is created, the workflow from that test requirement and creating the test cases and also creating that automation test cases and then reporting
Yes.
the defects to Jira?
Reporting defects to Jira, I have not covered in this case.
Hmm.
But yeah, but it will generate a report that we have to log it because they again will have to integrate Jira in that for Claude. For that, many companies are not giving permission. You can do it only if you have Claude Pro from your organization where you're working.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem. So what exactly is Claude AI? Claude AI is an AI assistant built by a company called Anthropic. Think of it like it is, as discussed, highly trained expert who knows software testing, development, designing deeply. Now let's go back. Okay. And what exactly is Claude AI? As I said, it was developed by Anthropic, and you all have been using it. But what exactly is happening in Claude AI? How is it getting data from? From where is it fetching that data? That also will be covered in this course in the upcoming modules. Like what is RAG? What is LLM? From where is it getting data? It is getting from LLM. Then what is LLM? What is GenAI? What is Agentic AI? How are they related? What are AI agents? Is GenAI, Agentic AI agents, are all these similar? These words might seem you confusing or new right now, but we'll cover this one by one in upcoming classes. Since this is a demo session, I don't want to confuse with you with all these words like large language models, RAG, GenAI, Agentic AI agents, and all. Let's see what are we going to cover or what can Claude do for a QA tester. So we are going to cover modules like test case designing. How is it going to help you in writing test cases or designing in bug reporting? That we can see one by one. Like for example, yeah. So most of the QA engineers or the fellow freshers who are joining, I talk to them, they say at least 40 to 60% of their time during the stand-up call, they say goes into tasks that don't actually require their expertise. Writing test cases from straightforward scenarios, reformatting bug reports, typing out test data, creating from scratch. So this course is not about is about changing that, not completely replacing you, not making your job redundant, but giving you a superpower. An AI assistant handles mechanical repetitive tasks so you can focus on what actually needs your brain, critical thinking, risk decisions, and domain knowledge. So this is a hands-on course. Every single module will have live demos. You will type prompts, see real output, and leave each session with something you can actually use in your next sprint. No theory without practice. So now let's see what all the modules we have. Before we understand or before we touch any AI tool, I want you to understand one thing. AI, as I already said, AI is not here to replace your job. It is here to remove the boring parts that you can do important parts better. Whenever you're working, you always should have a mindset that I need to automate this. I should not repeat this task again and again. You always have to think of automating something by doing by automating. Let it be any other work. You have to think of things that you can automate it. So now before and what I've this is what like we talk about like what actually means in day-to-day QA work. The very first module that we are going to see in our course content is like foundations of Gen AI and LLMs. Before I use a tool, well, I'm using ChatGPT, I'm using OpenAI, I'm using Claude, but then I need to understand how it thinks. So I will be covering the basics, what AI actually is, how ChatGPT, Claude Coke under the hood, what are the tokens, what is the context window, what is the limit. As someone asked me a question that how would without pro it would suffice if I am writing test cases and bug reports. It again depends on the number of tokens you use. There's a certain limit for Claude AI also on how are we asking it and how much tokens it is giving you to answer. For example, if you're asking a simple prompts, it might give you non-stop like 5 to 10 answers, but if you're asking it to work extensively, it will use all the tokens and it will say your limit is reached. That we'll see. I don't want to go in depth right now, it might confuse you. And why AI sometimes confidently gives you wrong answers, like there are hallucinations as well. And it's about the very first module, like foundations of Gen AI and LLMs. And the next comes agentic AI and autonomous testing agents. This is where it gets very much exciting. We move beyond just chatting with AI and talk about AI that actually does. Like it might like we cover model context protocol. I will be covering connectors as discussed, which is basically the technology that lets Claude connect to real tools like Gmail, GitHub, and DBs as well. And next module will be covering as prompt engineering for QA professionals. Here's something most people don't realize actually. The quality of what Claude gives you is almost entirely determined by how you ask. This module like teaches you the frameworks that we can use in prompt engineering, which is a simple structure for writing prompts. And then we have test case designing and coverage. This is the very first module where people will have the very helpful thing. We take a real user story, paste it into Claude, and in 4 prompts, generate functional test cases, boundary value analysis, negative and security testing. And the whole thing, it will take like around 25 to 30 minutes in Claude, not that much time. It would be giving us in around 5 to 10 minutes. Also, if it is a small user story, manually it would take around 3 to 4 hours. And then we had bug reporting and root cause analysis. We all received a bug report that says something that app is broken, please fix. And we have spent 30 minutes just trying to figure out what the tester actually saw. This module teaches how you turn rough exploratory notes into a structured, professional, ready, Jira ready bug report in under 30 seconds to 60 seconds. And then we have data generation. Test data is like one of those tasks that quietly eats hours every sprint. This module will show you how to generate valid, invalid, boundary test data with a single prompt, including realistic synthetic, like fake numbers, fake PAN cards, UPI IDs, and all that. That will have a live hands-on session. As discussed, everything I'll be showing it in Claude as a live demo session, as a live, not just theoretical. And then we have requirements and analysis and gap detection. SQL databases testing using AI. Like not every QA engineer is comfortable writing SQL. This module fixes that. Like you can learn how to describe what you want to check in plain English and Claude writes a query for you. Verify that data was saved correctly. Check for records, which are like often records. Check for the column errors. You need not be a SQL expert for that. And as discussed, advanced features for QA also. What we are going to how to create a AI test generator, and how is it even useful for performance testing from end to end. I can give how can we do the automation for performance testing as well. Where is it useful? Any questions still here?
One more question: how this will be applicable for that ETL testing?
ETL testing, I'll have to get back to you, Vincy.
Okay.
Because I have worked as a manual, I have worked on manual automation and performance. I'll check how can it helpful for ETL testing.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, how this
So
Claude
now,
AI benefits for a performance testing?
hello.
I mean, how this Claude AI will be benefit for the performance testing?
How Claude AI is helpful in performance testing?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, similar
and also
question I have.
automation.
Yeah, Anvita, similar question I have.
Okay.
Does it write any performance testing coding or generate any reports? I mean, how exactly it is
Okay.
directing?
So, if I am a performance tester and I am using this Claude AI into performance testing, I have a test report, and my team is spontaneously asking me, "What are your observations from the report?" So, after the test report, the very first thing, how we can use first thing, the after the test report, I have created artifact from the cloud. I can show you how to create a Claude artifact, and I'm going to upload my test report there. Claude is going to review your report, and it is going to give you a graphical representation of what is happening. The very first thing. The second thing, if you're going to give Claude the access to your Portainer or your APM tool, you might be using Grafana, you might be using Splunk, and the Portainer access to logs, access to your JMeter script, access to GitHub, and then it is going to check the logs and give you what is the failure, where is the failure, what are the logs you have to check, and even recommendation of how to fix it. Also, there are multiple AI agents you can create for performance testing. Like if you're as discussed earlier, you can create a Jenkins pipeline through CI/CD, and then you can trigger a Jenkins pipeline from CI/CD for any running a load test. It runs a load test, and then that report also can be given, or you can even create an AI agent which will ask you, like which will take you will ask the AI agent to do certain tasks. Like for example, you have created an AI agent where you're going to organize everything. You have given this your pipeline, you have given GitHub access, you have given your JMX files there. Then it will do from end-to-end testing also can be done. But for that, you need to create a AI agent, and also it
But
has to be integrated to your application as well, or to your it should access, it should have the access to all the organizational modules and all. Yeah.
Coming to the JMX file, the JMX file contains the entire company details. Okay. If you want to
Exactly.
give all the company details, is there any security issue or is there any problem?
Yes, I don't see, for first thing, company details you should not give to Claude AI or to ChatGPT. To be honest, this is not the correct way. That's why, what if your company is going to provide you Claude Cowork or Claude Code access, then with the help of Claude Code, you can create an AI agent, and you can give all the your details there, which is safer, which is coming from a security thing, because see, Claude is a pro version. So when the company is getting the access or is paying for the plan, then Claude will definitely make sure that the data given shared of their company is not given to anyone else. So that's why it should come from the organization itself. For example, I have access to GitHub Copilot in my organization, whereas I do not have access to Claude Code. So I use GitHub Copilot for whatever I'm using. So it should come from them. Yes.
For example, if you
Uh,
have GitHub Copilot, okay, so you can
mhm.
give the company details. Is it the correct way or is there also problem? Even though you
I am
have GitHub
also.
Copilot details,
Huh. Huh. So
is it the
company
correct way
details
to
I don't
give?
give. Huh.
Hmm.
Company details I don't give. I use
So
it
company details
whenever
means
for
company details means what is the logic, what is the functionality, Okay, for example, I have one functionality coming to the
Hmm.
cash on delivery. Okay, cash on
Hmm.
delivery is the one of
Hmm.
the functionality. I want to write
Okay.
a test cases. Okay, I
Okay.
can use ChatGTP or Git Copilot, whatever it may be. So, shall I
Okay.
give? I want to explain to the prompt. I want to give the proper prompt. Then only I will get the proper test cases. So, in this
Yes.
case, we don't want to share company logic or company code or company main details. Then how we will
Okay.
generate the test cases? That is my question.
If you are, if you do not want to give, then you can randomly give some random name and generate a test case for that and change it further in your details. That's the only thing you can do. Because like if the GitHub Copilot is having access from the company, then there are certain terms and conditions that the organization and GitHub team will follow. Because in today's world or today's work, whatever I am doing, I usually take help for the SQL query or whatever I want the access. I'm not going to give it a complete file of the code, but a certain part of the code which it will correct and give me. It will fix and give me. In that way, maybe you can use that. But
Okay.
please make sure before proceeding with any organization details. Usually, it should have if you're having the pro access and it if it is coming from your managerial level side.
Can I add to
Yes.
that?
Okay.
So
Yes,
one thing.
So
please.
companies itself, they don't provide PIA information in any form. Okay, whatever
Mhm.
publicly available information, that is only they will show.
Okay.
Of it's by default hidden, so we don't have to worry about that. Well, if we have a pro access.
Pro access also.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Okay. Akhilesh,
yeah, I have one
do you have
basic
any
question.
question?
Yeah, I think already Amit has asked, but just want to know that. So this course is going to cover like the integration part, how we are going to at least you'll show us or guide us how we can
Hmm.
integrate with Jira or any requirement repositories like conference pages, whatever they that are you going to cover?
A Confluence page I might not cover, but with the help of connectors I can cover. But the people who have joined also, if they are having access to Pro, maybe they can have. I'll try to give a hands-on session on that as well.
Just at least to integration for Jira.
Of course, sure. I'll do that. It will be
Okay,
quite easier and simple. I'll explain that as well. Not an issue.
thanks.
Yeah. Uh, Priya, do you have any question?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. So my question is, are you going to show us some hands-on
Mhm. Of
application where we are
course.
going to use Claude? What is it like building a website or test automation
Mm,
using Claude?
yes, I would be going to in at the end of this course, maybe after covering complete all the modules of orientation, foundations, agentic AI, SQL, and advanced. At the end, I'm going to show you the artifacts and the connectors. I'm even going to show how to create a website from Claude Pro with the help of Claude. It takes fraction of seconds to minutes. Also, as discussed, I'm going to show like I how does it helps organize the folders. Along with that, how does it analyzes data and makes my work easier. And I am going to give a website name or website details where Claude is going to refer to that website and tell me what are the what all can be improved in that website, or what is the data given in that website and overall view. I don't If for example I do not have time to go through any website, then I just ask Claude to give me the overview of that particular website. Also, for example, I have a e-commerce domain or e-commerce application like Amazon or something else. I do not have time to search for something. Like for example, I'm looking for a black color t-shirt under 600 or 1000 rupees. I'll ask Claude to go to this website and give me only the t-shirts which are under 1000 and which are black colored. So it is going to give me a page from where I can continue. So that again comes after all these at the in the advanced thing, after after covering the QA things, the basic, the full course, like after SQL and advanced testing, requirements, test data, I'll cover all these, and all these are hands-on sessions as discussed. Now, let's continue for prompt engineering. For example, prompt engineering is the number one skill for working with AI. Even when I do not know this prompt engineering, I used to write weaker prompts, write test cases for login. But then when I came to know about the how does prompt engineering works and what are the frameworks that we are going to see, what is the role, what is the context, how are we going to ask, then I learned how to write a prompt actually. Like for example, there'll be a lot of difference in this answer and in this answer. You can ask questions. See, always remember the answer, whatever Claude or Chat GPT is giving you, it completely depends on your question. The better you ask, the better answer you get. So for that, we need prompt engineering. That it will show us how to question Claude. How can we frame a question? Not directly just, can you give me this or I want to write this. All right. Uh, this is about the full course. Yeah. And then when we are coming for test case designing, we'll be see the full module teaches you how to write prompts specifically. And for example, bug reporting, if you're finding a bug, you can describe it in 2 lines, but Claude will write a professional bug report with title, steps to reproduce, environment details, severity assessment, and even suggest like what area of code might be causing it. And for example, when we are seeing this module like test data generation, we have our modules here. Test data generation, and if you're looking for 50 valid email addresses to test with, then we would be needing boundary values for a date field, need invalid data that looks realistic. Claude generates it all, no worries. And a requirement analysis, you can paste a user story, Claude reads it and tells you here are the ambiguous parts, here are the missing acceptance criteria, how it goes and all. And SQL and DB, as discussed, it helps us to write SQL queries in a powerful way. Okay, so I'm just showing you how does this Claude interface looks like.
Now actually Cloud, as per this one, it will create the test cases and it will generate the test data and it will create bug reports also. So the same activities will do ChatGPT and Gemini also. Na? We can do these
Yes.
activities by using any AI also. Na? Why we are specifically for Cloud AI? Any specific reason?
There are multiple differences in Claude AI, Gemini, and ChatGPT. Actually, ChatGPT, I'll share with you something. So, whenever this is the Claude interface. How does here on the left part we have multiple things: chat, co-work, and code. Whereas these modules are not there in ChatGPT. First thing. Okay. The second, we have the models here. Like we have Sonnet model, Haiku model, Opus model. And what are these models? I'll explain. I'm going to cover all these. How are these useful? When am I going to use this Opus? When can I use Haiku? What happens? How many tokens will be used? This also we can see in the upcoming modules. The thing is, Claude AI is a advanced thing where it gives you specifications and much better results when compared to Gemini and ChatGPT. And I am telling it because I am using Claude on a daily basis, and it gives us more tasks, more. Like, for example, as I discussed about co-work, this is not given in any of the AI. it might be chat OpenAI, ChatGPT, or Gemini, or any of the chat bot. It is not going to organize it. It is not having something like connectors and artifacts. And there's another thing you have, as discussed, artifacts. I'm going to create a new artifact also and show how does it actually works. As someone was asking, how do we use this particular Claude AI for performance testing? I can show that observability. How can you drop your test report here? How is it going to give you a response? I'll show when creating while creating artifact and covering this topic. I have another thing called dispatch. What is this dispatch thing is? You can pair your phone. All these things are not available in ChatGPT. That's the reason we have chosen Claude AI as a session to complete our course. And also we have multiple things in the settings also, and that what all we have in the settings. How can you add a skill? How can you add a project? That also I'll show in the upcoming sessions when we completely go for the Claude interface. There'll be a class modules. Accordingly, we can go. Yes. Any other questions? All
What
right.
you will be covering in the automation? Automation.
Hello, am I audible?
Is it audible? Is it audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, what you will be
Can you
covering
please
in the
repeat your
test?
question?
Yeah, what you will be covering in the automation testing? Test automation.
Okay. Test automation. Okay. Can you tell me, are you using like Playwright with JS or Selenium?
Yeah, right now I'm using like a Selenium and Robo framework. Selenium, Java, and
Okay.
Robo framework with Python. Yeah.
Okay. So are you been using AI anytime lately in your current project?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So can you tell me how are you using it?
Yeah, right now like I have created an agent. I have given the rules and instructions.
Okay.
Yeah. By using GitHub
Currently,
Actions. Yeah. Sorry, GitHub
okay.
Copilot.
Okay, so what in my organization, for my current project, we use Playwright with TypeScript and JS. So we are using it like it writes complete Playwright test files. For example, I will describe the user flow, and Claude writes the full spec.typescript file with locators, actions, assertions before each hooks. This is how I'm using it. Also, I am using it currently. It converts Playwright code gen output into clean test. It records clicks, but output is not a mess. Output is it will be messy. Then I'm going to paste it in Claude and asking it to clean it up and add proper transaction. And I am writing like API mocking and intercept logic. I'll ask Claude, write a Playwright code to intercept the post API login request and mock a 401 response to test error state. It will show the full test with root.fulfill. It is even going to generate fixtures and test data files. Create a Playwright fixture file that sets up a like login browser context before each test. So this is how I'm using it for Playwright. Now, if anyone asks me like how can we use it for API testing, then I can generate test cases from Swagger also. It writes Postman pre-request script and test scripts. It generates REST assured Java test code. It creates data-driven JSON test payloads as well. I hope I'm
I've
clear
got
now.
one. Yeah, I've got one question, but will you show us
Yes,
this during the course?
of course.
Yeah, I
It is
mean,
a, yeah.
creating a framework using Playwright and Claude, as well as the coding from scratch till the end of a particular website, and generating test scenarios, all this.
Test scenarios, test cases, I can explain. Playwright, it is not included in any of the module actually, like from the Playwright, integrating Playwright. Maybe if I'm showing the test cases generation and the prompt engineering and everything accordingly, you guys can hands-on session on that.
Okay.
Or I can even have a user story, and I can, if you're providing me a certain user story of your choice, maybe I can even write the test scenarios, test cases from that. Yeah. Yes. Any other questions? You can.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Sorry, just one question. It's about the clouds. How is handle the security data or some encryption data? It's possible to do that to avoid, for example, to expose the reserved words or the reserved passwords, etc.
Your voice was little breaking, I guess. Can you please repeat your question? Frank,
Sorry.
could you please
Yeah.
repeat your question?
Yeah, sorry. I was asking about the cloud, how is handle the security data or have
Okay.
some algorithm for encryption or some related to that?
Okay. How does Claude handles security data?
Yeah, in this case
He's
to avoid
asking about the
expose.
security testing. He's asking about the security testing, like encryption, decryption. How can we do that one? I think
Hmm. Claude security testing is not covered in this course actually. ETL, but Claude processes data over encrypted channels and like it offers enterprise security features also. Like we have access controls, auditing, and encrypted storage.
one question, how can we handle this
Yes.
Claude AI using new load MCP? Can we able to handle that?
How
New
can we
load
handle?
this Claude AI for a new load. Let's say MCP is recently
Okay. Yes.
6 months
Hmm.
before MCP has been launched to the new load. How can we use that
Okay.
one? Can we use that one?
Yes. If we have MCP connector, we can integrate that as well.
Okay.
But then we'll have to go with the pro version and check for the connector of MCP and then new load connector if it is added, and then we can add it and use as required.
Okay.
So going over the website, I just went over the website. A pro version costs
Mhm.
for like $20 a month. So if we get the pro version, will you cover the pro workflows as well? All the advanced workflows?
All the advanced workflows. However, I am on all the advanced workflows I'm going to cover as discussed, like artifacts, Claude Cowork, how to use Claude Cowork, what are the artifacts, what are the connectors, everything. Though you do not have it, I have the pro plan and I'm going to show everything. How can we create a agent? How can we quickly create a website within a fraction of minutes? How can it audit a website and give me the information? All those things.
Okay, thank you. And will you be
Hmm.
covering Claude Terminal as well and its integration with Splunk, Jira, Confluence?
Splunk, I have not like I have to check for the pro version if it supports Splunk, if it has that connector or not. So I can check and get back to you on that. Right now, I cannot give a surety that I am going to integrate Splunk. Maybe Jira I can tell, but that also I'll check and get back.
Okay.
Yes, Amit, please go ahead.
This confirmation, can you provide over the common WhatsApp group that what will be going to be covered?
To be honest, what all the modules are given in the course content in the website, those will be covered. Along with that, I'm going to cover like artifacts and connectors and MCP. And
Okay.
Jira and Splunk, I'm not sure. I'll have to check on integration of that. For that, I need to check for the website and whether Pro and the other plans accepts that or helps me with that. So I have to check.
Yeah, I mean
And
this
new load.
command prompt terminal integration for kind of tools like
From
let's say IntelliJ or something.
Okay, I think from Olama will be okay. Fine. I will check that and get back to you on the WhatsApp group.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And demo session is just today one day, or it's going to extend tomorrow also?
We can continue tomorrow as well. But the demo tomorrow, I'm going to start with the module 0.
Yes.
Yeah. Today, today's was the demo session, and tomorrow it will be from the course content, which starts from module 0, which is about orientation. Okay. Tanvi, Priya, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I would just ask you if you can share the syllabus on the WhatsApp group. Maybe
Okay.
everyone
It's
can go through it.
already
Yeah.
okay. The course content is shared, but the additional topics also I would ask the team to add and share it.
Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions?
For test data module, the same process shall be used for generating thousands of data for performance testing activity.
Yes, of course, we can.
Okay.
One question on the test data generation. See, normal test data like a phone number, email ID, names, those things we can create. Like, how can I create some banking test data kind of things like 1,000 customers, like 1,000 accounts, adding accounts to adding funds to the account, creating lakhs of beneficiaries. Like the test data, how can I create using the Claude when my application, when it is like application within UAT, it is not connected to the internet, anything like that. I need to application specific test data I need to create. Like, how can I use the Claude to do that?
Okay, like you can even in order to do that, you can write a simple prompt, generate banking test records with whatever fields you want. You want customer ID, you wanted the customer name, account number, account type, everything. So like it is going to generate like for it, even for performance testing or for any other testing also, if you're generating 50,000 unique account numbers, you can write a simple prompt and ask the Claude, and it is going to generate it. How the Claude AI is going to do it, that again comes under a different thing. It is going to use certain LLMs. It is going to, and how your company data it is generating, that again comes under RAG. LLMs and RAG, that is also going to cover in the upcoming classes.
Okay, madam. And I'm basically from a test automation team and performance team.
Okay.
Can I use Claude to create test automation scripts for mobile automation, mobile Android application automation, iOS application automation, web application automation? Like that, can I prompt like give me a test automation script to log in a specific application? Like that, if I'm giving, can I use Claude for that?
You want a complete script for test automation.
Yes.
For that, you can create your own AI agent.
Okay.
And then ask it to generate a script.
Okay.
And ask your AI agent to perform task whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah. It will be easier for you. Like it is just like an agent which will help you to do your tasks in on a faster pace rather than you spending time generating script or writing code and everything.
Okay, madam. And final
Yeah.
question, sorry to extending the time. See, my when I'm creating a test data, right? The test data should be getting created through my application, my banking application, my core banking application only. The test data should be getting created. It should not create any random records. So in such a way, how can I create a banking core banking application test data?
Core banking application test data.
for example,
right?
if I'm asking 1,000 account numbers, it will create the some 1,000 simply account numbers with the 10 digits of account number randomly. It will create and then it will give some 1,000 numbers. That is okay, but it will give some random numbers. But that number should be getting created through core banking or any other application. It should be getting created.
Okay, if you're using some core banking APIs, if your bank has certain APIs like creating customer, creating account, like creating account or fund accounts, then Claude can generate API payloads and it can create test data accordingly.
So I need to integrate my Claude, I mean my core banking plus Claude. I need to integrate to do that.
API, yes.
Okay. And sorry, one more question. See, I have one web
Yes.
application. Okay.
Okay.
Right side, I'm having one agent. Okay. So in that agent, if I'm prompting, open the browser, enter the URL, input username field, input password field, click submit button. Like that, I'm creating a LLM. And then system can it automatically detect the screen elements for the username password button. Like that, it will read the web elements in the HTML page and then it will create export, and then can it be able to create a test scripts for me for login, like test automation script automatically through the LM? Is it possible to create like that agent from my side after completing this course?
If, for example, if your AI agent has access to browser, the web application, and the ability to observe its user actions, then like it can something do like opening browser, navigate to that page and enter username. The agent will usually record the URL element locators and then it will generate whatever script you are asking. It can be Selenium or Playwright. I'm going to show you in this course how to create a simple test case generator. With that, accordingly, you can create what all agents you would like to create.
Yeah, a test case generator means manual test case generator or automated test
No,
case?
no. I have a test case generator where I am going to give it some fields and click on generate test cases. It is going to give a generate. It is going to generate test cases for me. This is completely different from the direct prompting because this is my agent which I'm going to generate it. It would be like that.
Yes, madam. Sorry to ask
Yeah.
same question. I'm looking
No
for a
problem.
test automation script generator and not the manual
Okay.
test case generator. So the agent which you are
Okay.
trying to explain is the automated test script generator. For example, currently I'm using a Selenium to do the test
Okay.
automation. Okay, like a driver dot get URL, driver dot input the user, and then identifying the elements and then inputting the value. Like that, I'm creating a test scripts. That test scripts can I able to create through this agent? I'm
Through
using a
this agent,
Selenium or Playwright. Yeah.
Can for that, like you can use Playwright. You're using Playwright CodeGen right now to record the workflow.
Yes.
Okay, if you're using Playwright CodeGen to record the workflow, then you can paste the generated script into Claude and convert it to Java and apply page object model and add assertions. But like this again, you want to automate this with the help of agent, you mean, correct?
Okay. Yes, correct.
That thing I'll have to check on that
Fine.
because I have not covered that thing in this course.
Yeah, sure, madam. And
Okay,
mobile
thank
automation
you.
is possible, madam, through LLM. Mobile test automation also possible through Claude.
No, actually, what we are planning is like this is the first Claude AI course for the basic things. We'll be coming up with an advanced course related to the performance testing automation and whatever you have asked for automation scripts, automation. You want a ready-made script with AI agents. We'll be covering that in the upcoming things. But in this, I'm going to cover only with the course which I have given with the modules
Sure.
along with as advancing on the like at the in between all the connectors and the co-work and all just to make the sessions more interesting and all what all Claude can do we'll see. Yep.
Okay, sure. Thank you, madam.
Okay, no problem.
Are you explaining how to create agent AI in these sessions?
Yes.
Okay, okay. For example, the
Yep.
same thing as like Deva. For example, I am using JMeter currently. Okay. I
Okay.
have a small scenario, launch the application, log in the application, log out the application. Okay.
Okay.
So I want to do it this automated by using Cloud AI. Is there any possible?
What you want to automate with Claude AI?
Script. I want to one script for this launch, login, logout, one script.
He's asking, like, say, let's say there is a scenario called launching the URL and login and logout.
Mhm.
Okay. So like what I just I did everything. I just put the chart like recording the flow, AI
Yes.
agent, detect the dynamic values, create correlations, and
Right.
create parameterization, generate test data, and then running the baseline test, run load test end to end. He's asking,
End to end.
can we
Is there any
do
Okay.
possible?
this with Claude
So
AI?
yes. With the Claude, how can you do that? Like for example, use browser and Claude. Record the login flow and then perform login logout. Take the har file. Give the har file to Claude. And then Claude
Okay.
and give the prompt, analyze this har file and generate a JMeter test plan for login and logout. Include correlation handling, assertions, and CSV. Then Claude will generate few HTTP request samplers, extractors, and everything. Also, there is another way. Use JMeter recording and Claude. Open JMeter, add a recorder, configure browser proxy, and then export that particular JMX file and ask Claude, like refract this JMeter script using best practices. Also, there is another way. I'm going to tell three different ways. Other one is AI agent watching browser. Like some AI agents can open browser, watch actions, inspect network requests also, and generates JMeter XML automatically. So
Are you going
this
to cover this one
everything can
also?
be. In this
Are you
course,
going
I'm
to?
not going to cover that.
At
Maybe in
least
the
one
advanced
scenario.
version.
At
At
least
least
one
one
scenario.
scenario. Okay,
No,
if time.
let's say at least take one small scenario like login, launch,
Launch, login, logout. Yes.
logout.
Okay,
That's it.
sure,
Very
sure.
good.
All right,
Yeah,
all
basic
right.
workflow,
Noted.
please.
Okay,
Because most of the
definitely.
performance people here in this call.
Ooh, oh my God. All right, then.
So many of
I'll
our
definitely
interesting
do
things
that.
like just we have to like at least small scenario or means
Scenarios.
that how it will works. We'll get to know the many clients
Okay,
will come.
okay. Sure. On performance testing, one important point as how it helps us in scripting, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
The
sure.
JMeter only.
I
You can
have,
directly use the open source JMeter only.
yeah. Okay, I'll do that. That is noted and it will be covered and added as a module. All right?
Thank
Yeah.
you, madam. Thank you very much.
So I've got
One
one
question,
question.
please.
Yes, please. Actually, we are running out of time, guys.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
asking you if you're going to help us how to build agent using Claude.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A quick shorter agent using Claude will generate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, one question, madam. Sorry, final question from my side, Deva. The thing is, we are my company is fully restricted on using internet and connecting to the cloud. So how can I
Okay.
build my agent and then I can use it? Can I do some offline installations for the necessary files, jars, and the related object models? Everything can I download it offline? And then can I build that offline LLM model or offline RAG model, or my agent can work in offline itself? Like that feasibility is there in Claude AI without connecting to the internet. I mean, offline I can download I have another secondary machine where having a internet access. I will download all the necessary files related LLM models, and then I will put into the actual systems where I can generate my scripts in the primary system.
Okay. In that case, you can run a local LLM also. Like you can install open source model or on an internal server or workstation. Like we have Olama, we have LM Studio, we'll have VLLM. It can everything runs locally with no internet access required after installation. Also, you can even you have internal test automation agent. You can build an agent that reads requirement documents, reads Swagger or open AI specs. You can even browse certain away, like browser aware local agent also will be there. With that, you can do.
Yes, in cloud also can I know the law mandal I can do it in offline, but
Okay.
this cloud also possible, madam, to do it in the offline system.
Okay, in Claude for offline, I would have to check because Claude itself cannot run offline on your own servers. Because Claude is
Okay,
provided by Anthropic as a cloud service and it requires connectivity to Anthropic's infrastructure. So
okay,
I don't think there's currently no officially supported on-prem or fully offline version that you can download. If your
okay.
company
Private
is
cloud also not
completely, you
possible,
would,
madam. Private
if
cloud also I
you
cannot do.
private cloud will, I'm not sure about private cloud, but maybe you can try Llama 3 or Olama only.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow again, same time. Thank you for your time. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.